Slippery Bricks is hitting the books today. Now you're saying, hold up, I thought this was a Lego channel. Why are we reading? What kind of sorcery is this? Well, glad you asked. Today, we're not going to be reading, we're going to be playing with books. You're all smart enough to see the thumbnail before clicking in here to know which ones they are. We're going to be flipping through these covers and see what these Hogwarts classes have in store for us. Class in session. So just a quick little backstory. The whole idea to get these in the first place was to get this for free, the Monster Book of Monsters. I needed to choose Harry Potter themed sets, so I picked up these books. They looked great from the box art before I opened and built them. After they were built, it looked even better, content-wise. Let's take one book here and talk size for a moment. From the box art, in a matter of perspective, it looks like the size of an average book, but really isn't. If I do a size comparison here and put my Harry Potter and the Cursed Child hardcover book next to it, you can see the set is actually really small. Almost a little more than half the size of the book. That's why looks can be deceiving until you have the physical thing right in front of you. If I take a smaller book, my Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone softcover, it is still not quite as big. This is more of a size of a small notepad or a planner book, but it still looks good from the outside. Let's look at the inside. We've opened up one book here, and this is the Potions class. We can clearly see it's not paper inside for a start. We have the creation of a pop-up book-like idea. You open up to a scenery inside the Potions classroom at Hogwarts. The hardcover of the book makes up the background of the classroom with some wall designs and display cases. Some are stickers like these, and some are pieces attached to the hardcover. We also have these accessories slash furniture pieces that goes with it. A chair, blackboard with a formula written on it, another display case, large table. Here's Professor Snape's minifig. He actually looks really good. I like that grumpy face on him. And if you look at the second face, it actually looks more angry. We have Draco Malfoy and Seamus Finnegan. Out of all the 4 books, this is my favorite one because I feel potions is the best subject in the Hogwarts school, and I really like Professor Snape as a character. You may have seen pictures on the internet before. When you attach some of these books together, you have a nice display of the classes right next to or behind each other, like so. And I'll show you the back as well. Quite nice. If you're wondering how it works, on the back of each book you have these round 1x1 with bar and pin holder pieces. So you just take them and attach to one of the books. Do the same thing with another book and you'll get this display. I thought this was a nice way to display these sets. The students may simply jump from one class to the other without a lot of walking around. Now this is a 3-class setup. If you're also wondering whether a 4-class setup is possible, yes and no. Let's look at that. So we have the 4-class or the 4-book setup here, and it is possible, I guess. Well, let's just say anything is possible with Lego, except this layout may not be so great. The classes are significantly smaller in space. Let me take you to this aerial view and show you how this setup ain't ideal with some logical math. You look at it 360. Since there are 4 books, each book occupies 90 degrees of space. Before, in the 3-book setup, each book occupies 120 degrees of space. So less of a space by 30 degrees. And if you want to break it down even further, where you split each book in half down the middle, since 2 of these books have a divider, if you want to call it that, that's 45 degrees of space each side. So that is significantly small. With all that said, the 4-book class setup is doable, but not recommended in my opinion. I personally like the design, a very smart design. I'm intrigued by how all these pieces can be neatly placed inside the book, if I may show you. It is compact and portable. So, just take these out of the way first. Just close the book here, like that. And then the chair just puts up there. Now the display case is there. And you just take this blackboard and just fold it up like so. And last, you add the desk on top. And here we are. Just look at this. Look how neatly everything is placed in there. How everything just fits just right inside the book when you close it up. What impressed me the most was no matter how I shake it, that nothing comes out. Nothing falls apart. It's just so good. Now obviously you can't fit the minifigures in there, so you can place them on top of the book. It just seems logical with all these studs on top, as it's the same for the other 3 books. Or else they could have just put tile pieces instead of jumper plates. And just like that. Now these are in some way books after all, and books have respectable placement in my space, so I'm going to put these up on my bookshelf and see how they look alongside my other books. So here's one of my bookshelves. This is where most of my soft cover books are. In case if you're curious, I'm a big Stargate fan. I love the TV shows, the movies. The books are great too. I don't have all of them currently. Collecting them all may be a potential goal of mine. Anywho, as you can see, the shelf is currently quite full, so I'm gonna have to need to move a few of them to make room for the 4 Harry Potter books. I'll go ahead and do that, so see you in a bit. Alright, we have them up on the shelf now. Apologize of the glare on the light. I have to say honestly, they don't look quite as good as I thought it would be now that I physically see it up on the shelf compared to what I imagined it in my head before. They don't seem to quite as blend in with the other books, well, mainly because they are very bright and colored compared to my dark covered books here, and they are thicker in width, so I had to remove a bit of my books that were currently on the shelf. And in case if you're wondering, they are attached to one another using those 1x1 pieces earlier. But even so, I still think these books are great in design. I do recommend these books if you ask me. If you're a big Harry Potter fan, and if you're a big Lego and book fan, out of all 4, Potions, Transfiguration, Charms, Herbology, which one is your favorite? Do you plan on getting any one of them? Maybe 1 or all 4 like me? Let me know. I'm curious to find out. With that said, as always, thank you for watching. Always appreciate the support. And we'll see you next time. In the meantime, keep on building. And if you have these right now, go ahead and build them.